Welcome to this time that you have set aside to honour the memory of your loved one. My name is Jill. Dee and I are chaplains here at Phyllis Tuckwell, and we will be guiding you through our time together today. The pandemic has impacted on all of our lives in so many different ways. Alongside other things, it has restricted us in the way that we have been able to celebrate the lives and mourn the deaths of our loved ones. This service is an opportunity some months on for you to mark the passing of time and honour their memory. During this short service, there will be some music and readings, alongside the reading out of the names of loved ones and the lighting of candles in their memory. So let us begin by taking a moment to be still. And in the stillness, for each of you, I offer this prayer. For those whose minds are busy, I wish you calm. For those tormented by questions, I wish you peace. For those troubled by guilt, I wish forgiveness. For those who feel empty, I wish hope. And for those whose hearts are broken, I wish healing. Amen. Next, Dee will share the beginning of a poem about grief.
For Grief by John O'Donoghue. When you lose someone you love, your life becomes strange. The ground beneath you gets fragile. Your thoughts make your eyes unsure, and some dead echo drags your voice down where words have no confidence. Your heart has grown heavy with loss. And though this loss has wounded others too, no one knows what has been taken from you. When the silence of absence deepens, flickers of guilt kindle regret for all that was left unsaid or undone. There are days when you wake up happy, again inside the fullness of life, until the moment breaks and you are thrown back onto the black tide of loss. Days when you have your heart back, you are able to function well, until, in the middle of work or encounter, suddenly, with no warning, you are ambushed by grief.
It is my belief and experience that we must allow ourselves to grieve in order to remember our loved ones well, and that the process of grieving takes time. It takes time to pick up the pieces of our lives again, and it takes time for our memories to soften, to change, from painful thoughts that ambush our daily lives to memories that we can find comfort and strength from. It is said that those who mourn need to give voice to their sorrow, for the grief that does not speak in some way remains unresolved. So together, let us remember the names of those who have died and light candles in their memory. Let us remember those who have died in our care. Eileen Bell, fondly known as Gigi. Angela Churchill. Annette Clark. Jane Garraway. Ruth Hooper. Gordon Pryor. Jessica Simmons.
A litany of remembrance. In the rising of the sun and its going down, we will remember them. In the blowing of the wind and the chill in winter, we will remember them. In the blueness of the sky and in the warmth of summer, we will remember them. In the rustle of leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we will remember them. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we will remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we will remember them. When we have joys we long to share, we will remember them. So long as we live, they too shall live, for they are a part of us, as we remember them.
Earl Grolman, who spent much of his life supporting people who are grieving, once said, "Grief is not a disorder, a disease, or a sign of weakness. It is an emotional, physical, and spiritual necessity, the price we pay for love. The only cure for grief is to grieve." Indeed, as I said earlier, we need to grieve in order to remember well. And yet our journey through grief can be long, it can be cruel, and it can be complicated by other factors, such as the pandemic. So go gently with yourselves and with others through anniversaries and other poignant times of the year. May your stories be told over and over, and may you cherish your memories. May your tears be honoured as a token of caring and of love. And whilst as a hospice we cannot change what you are going through, and we have no definitive answers, if you feel that you could do with some extra support, please do get in touch. We have a number of different bereavement groups and support services that are open to anyone who has been affected by the death of a loved one in our care, and we will do whatever we can to help. Back to Dee again, for the end of the poem we had at the beginning of our time together.
It becomes hard to trust yourself. All you can depend on now is that sorrow will remain faithful to itself. More than you, it knows its way, and will find the right time to pull the rope of grief until that coiled hill of tears has reduced to its last drop. Gradually, you will learn acquaintance with the invisible form of your departed, and when the work of grief is done, the wound of loss will heal, and you will have learned to wean your eyes from that gap in the air and be able to enter the hearth in your soul where your loved one has awaited your return all the time.
I'd like to finish our time together by offering this prayer. Living God, whatever we choose to name you, we ask that as we go from this time back to our everyday lives, we may know your presence with us, and that each one of us may be touched and strengthened at the point of our greatest need. I offer this prayer and the prayers of all of our hearts to God in Jesus' name, and invite you, if it is your tradition, to join with me in saying the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, for ever and ever. Amen.
As we close, may I offer you the spirit that lies at the heart of this ancient Celtic blessing. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rain fall softly on your fields. And until we meet again, may you be held in the palm of God's hand. Amen.